The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is Monday's news. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, public service heads given deadline. Port Moresby migration raises concern. And airfares a key concern. All national departmental heads, provincial administrators and heads of regulatory statutory authorities are required to submit their 2025 annual performance report by March the 31st, 2026. The Department of Personnel Management, through Circular Instruction Number 2 of 2026, dated the 13th of January, issued this instruction, reaffirming the government's commitment to strengthening performance accountability across the public service through the agency head's performance management system. Department of Personnel Management, through Circular Instruction Number 2, formally advises all national departmental heads, provincial administrators, and heads of regulatory statutory authorities of the requirements and deadline for the submission of the 2025 Annual Performance Assessment Report and the 2026 Annual Performance Commitment Agreement. DPM Secretary Tai Sansan said the performance management system is a key component of the performance-based contracts of employment for agency heads and ensures that government leaders deliver services and programs aligned with agreed performance targets set in consultation with relevant portfolio ministers, provincial governors, or board chairpersons. She said the report must be assessed by both the agency head and the political head and duly endorsed by the relevant portfolio minister, provincial governor, or board chairperson. Secretary Sansan said agency heads require assistance may contact the department's executive contract administration and assessment division. Failure to adhere to the circular instruction will be considered as agency heads' non-compliance with their contractual obligations. Sansan said DPM remains commitment to promoting effective leadership, accountability, and performance excellence across the public service. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News. The migration of people into the city of Port Moresby has resulted in more problems. Member for Moresby Northwest, Lohia Boy Samuel, clarified that city authorities are not against freedom of movement, but wants to tighten restrictions and limit the movement of people. Member for Moresby Northwest, Lohia Boy Samuel, announced what was shared in a meeting with the Prime Minister James Marape regarding mechanisms to limit migration of people into Port Moresby. He stressed that this is one of the root causes of the increased crime rates in the city.
So, as leaders, we sit down and we plan what can we do to address issues. So one of the things that I personally requested the Prime Minister and our three brothers here and Honorable Governor is at least let's look at a way to combat the free movement of people, which is resulting in the law and order issues that we have. As Honorable Justin had said, people are getting raped, people are getting killed, so we need to look at regulations or processes to combat that movement. So that's something that we as leaders will sit down. And of course, we also need to sit down with our motivated chairman, because all our land, it has been affected by this freedom of movement.
Samuel clarified that it is not to do with going against freedom, but a plan to have a COVID-like restriction to limit movement in the city.
To control movement of people, because the movement of people has resulted in the problems that we're facing today. So I just hope the leaders from other provinces as well control your people. Don't send them to port. Most people come and stay here in settlements. So it was just a discussion we had with the Prime Minister. You know, when COVID came, suddenly you can't go out. It was not a law passed by the government. It was just something that you had to do for the context to serve its purpose. So the problem at Tuma resulted in us being too relaxed, letting everybody in. You have maybe 80% good people, 10 or 15% causing headache to the city.
In addition, NCD Governor addressed the Vagrancy Act to inform the public on what is to be expected.
We have also the Vagrancy Act now. It went through a process and I had to withdraw it because there was some objection from the Department of Justice and Attorney General. We have dealt with it through the Parliamentary Committee on Constitutional Law and Subordinate Legislation. And so I had to withdraw it and address their concern. So now we have a draft that everybody is happy with. So it could be moved this coming session, which starts on the 10th of March. And the Vagrancy Act, if it passes, like clears. I see some people on social media, TikTok and Facebook, saying that it will be against freedom of movement or against poor people or no. The Vagrancy Act is against people who commit violence and crime. I want to make it very clear. If you are in the settlement or in whatever community in the city or in towns in our country, and if you don't commit crimes or violence, you have nothing to worry about the Vagrancy Act.
An alluvial mining company operating in Gulf Province was recently issued environment protection orders to halt operations temporarily, while government authority carry out environment assessments.
Conservation and Environment Protection Authority Managing Director Jude Tukulia issued an environment protection order following complaints by senior members of the community alleging damages in the environment as a result of the mining operations. The order by law is issued to stop any operations that affect the environment and allow for investigations to commence following alleged breaches of an environment permit holder.
I'm serving the environment protection order to the company employee here at the Turi River at the batch. Indicates that upon receipt of this one, we'll immediately stop operation until we undertake an audit to establish the findings, and then we can advise them to apply for the normal process to make an application for the environment permit to be issued.
The Hellgates Limited obtained an environment permit and mining lease in 2014 and has been carrying out mechanized mining in the area. Tukulia, while issuing the order to a company representative along the Tauri River in Malalawa, said the role of SIPA is to ensure the environment is protected and the country's laws are complied with. He said SIPA are not to chase any investors out of the country and welcome those that do the right thing. However, their concern is the environment, ensuring the relevant laws are followed while you do business here.
Only got license, only got one minute things. Government authorized more companies, but we like guide more work protecting environment. We talk finish environment in a blue blood. 50-year time, 100-year time, 1,000 years time, man basa. Big man come and tasong grand basa. No what? Man basa. Same moral pollution, same dual pollution, same place me last time na. The more basa, same more pollution. You mean kan bagrabin? It's like generation of bagrabin. You must try to protect it.
Present to witness the presentation of the EPO was a ward councillor from the riverine community, Dennis Sapea, who welcomed SIPA and its officers. Sapea said it is important that the state entity is looking into this, as the river system is for their daily needs and the assessments will show if the water is safe to use in our everyday lives. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
People traveling to and from Bogia district in Medang province have been confronted with the dilemma of having an extra to cross over the makeshift bamboo bridge, constructed by youths when the bridge was detached from the main road during heavy flooding last Thursday.
The traveling public were stunned on Thursday morning, realizing that they have been cut off from Bogia due to heavy rains from the previous night. The youths wasted no time in constructing a bamboo footbridge onto the severed road, restoring hope for travelers. Currently, fees have been charged. For a single crossover is 2 kina per person, 5 kina for a bag of betel nut, and 10 kina for a dried copper bag. Youths of Korak have been maintaining the crossings, ensuring safety and order. Junior Peter, a local youth leader overseeing the crossings, stated that Korak youths will continue to mend the bridge until the government authorities intervene. The bridge has been detached from its foundation, shaking as vehicles drive by to get closer to the footbridge. Bernard Buka from Migarop village in Bogia is calling on government intervention as this route not only serves the Bogia population but also people coming to Medang from East and West Sepik provinces. Buka owns a truck as his livelihood and has stated that he cannot earn enough due to the short distance from Bogia to Korak. Buka would like to see the bridge repaired as soon as possible.
Minister, leader, stop where? Me like him. This la week that's all. Please, only that you stop where. Come out. Time now, come out now. You so impatient that you accent. Now helping people blow you. Strong as you blow boom now, only man, and let him this la. Legally up here, I'm no big blow back. Legally up that's all.
A team from the Lutheran Health Services were shocked upon arriving at Korak after conducting a health survey in Bogia, as they did not know about the detachment of the bridge. Sister Rondi Maso, secretary for Medang Sepik, has stated that the situation has caused inconveniences. It is not known how soon the bridge can be fixed, as the weather continues to threaten roadworks. It's continuously raining, and is feared that if a second flood of the same magnitude occurs, the 25-foot bridge could be washed away. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
South Fly District is taking steps towards disability-inclusive development following its first ever disability forum held last December. Supported by the Australian government and led by the South Fly Organization for Persons with Disabilities, the forum brought together community leaders, government agencies, and people with disabilities to identify barriers in health, education, and essential services. A district coordination committee will be formed made up of forum participants to drive inclusive development across the district. Australia says it will continue supporting South Fly communities to promote disability rights throughout 2026. This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, PNG Culture takes center stage in New York and ANG appoints a new CEO.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
A reminder to the general public that the due date for post-PNG private letterbox renewals is fast approaching. These are the first quarter renewal rates for 2026. Owning a private letterbox is important for the following reasons. Renew your private letterbox by paying at your nearest post office or through mobile banking. Post PNG's BSP account number 1000-58789 and email your payment description, box location, and box number to the PLB inquiries team. Renew your letterbox now and avoid being forfeited. Contact us for more information.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
The Tigers have got the win. Maiden, terrific pass. Has set it up, just drew into the... They've lost it. The Sharks have got it back. Stabbed it. Right, coming through. Right, great try. Talalo beats the tackle there of Declan Casey. He's taking out the knees. Wow, 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 wow.
Welcome back. Over 3,000 students have already registered at the PNG University of Technology in Lae under the 5 faculties of Engineering, Science, Natural Resources, Built Environment, and Humanities. Kamala Guare reports from Lae.
The chair of the Orientation and Registration Week Committee, Dr. Gwendolyn Ban, told this newsroom that student registration and orientation for the PNG University of Technology started on February 9, 2026, with first-year students arriving on campus since February 5th. Dr. Ban said while 4,800 undergraduates are expected to register, including online students, it is anticipated that the number of intakes might increase due to appeals and late acceptance. Furthermore, rooms are only allocated to students who are on the government's Tertiary Education Study Assistance Scheme, or TESAS. Those students who are on self-sponsor are encouraged to check the AOG Okari campus at Bundicamp or the Unitec Adventist Residential College, which is at the Taraka campus across the sports field. Students were also made aware of the university's zero-tolerance policy on alcohol and also the policy on no smoking and chewing betel nut, which students are urged to observe and comply with as soon as they arrive on campus. These policies are being enforced by campus security, who can be seen walking around campus and monitoring students' movements. Meantime, orientation for postgraduate students is scheduled for next week. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Lae.
Papua New Guinea's national airline Air Niugini has appointed Alain Millen as its new Chief Executive Officer. The appointment was confirmed today by Board Chairman Carl Yalo, who said Millen assumes the role at a pivotal time for the airline. Air Niugini says the leadership change is part of preparations for the airline's next phase, including strengthening operations and long-term sustainability.
The Air Niugini board expects the new CEO to prioritize safety, operational reliability, stronger customer service and disciplined financial management, improving on-time performance, reducing aircraft downtime, and strengthening maintenance systems are also key targets.
And we
needed someone with a lot of experience in the aviation space, and Alan brings that level of credibility and experience to the airline, having worked in various senior executive roles in Qantas and in other airlines in Australia, 44 years, and hence the decision to appoint him as our new CEO.
Mr. Milner brings more than 4 decades of aviation experience across Papua New Guinea and Australia. He previously led Air New Guinea as CEO from 2018 to 2020 and later served as Chief Executive Officer of Skytrans Airlines in Australia. He is also a licensed aircraft engineer and qualified pilot with past senior leadership roles in the Qantas Group.
Focused on the refleet, and it's a stabilisation of the current operation. So the Air New Guinea staff expect to see a lot of me. I'm not a big one for sitting in the office. I like to get out and about and meet the people, meet our customers, and make sure that we're delivering exactly what we promised.
The airline says cargo services will remain a critical focus, supporting medical deliveries, industry operations, and export trade throughout the country. Meanwhile, Air New Guinea has declined to comment on recent reports about a Boeing 787 purchase, as these are confidential agreements. Chairman Yalo thanked Captain Samiu Taufa for acting in the leadership role over the past 6 months. Yalo confirmed that Taufa will continue as General Manager of Flight Operations and support the new CEO.
Captain Taufa, who is an impeccable history in relationship with Air New Guinea, having worked with the company for 34 years. And we were fortunate to have him as our OIC, and of course at the same time during the elevation to the OIC role, Captain Taufa was the Chief Operating Officer of the airline, and so thank you, Captain.
Air New Guinea says the leadership change is part of preparations for the airline's next phase, including strengthening operations and long-term sustainability. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
Travelers in Papua New Guinea could soon see more dependable flights as Air New Guinea focuses on fixing schedule reliability during its aircraft transition period.
New CEO Alan Milner says his immediate priority is to stabilize the airline's operations so passengers can rely on booked flights.
So we need to make sure that the schedule that we're publishing and we're selling is the schedule that we operate. Bringing that confidence back to the travelling public that if they book a ticket on Air New Guinea, that aeroplane will be there and it will depart on time, safely and compliantly.
The airline is currently introducing new aircraft while keeping older ones in service until the full transition is complete. Board Chairman Carl Yalo says those older planes have carried PNG for many years but are now reaching the end of their operational life, contributing to cancellations.
Flight cancellations, etc., only because the aircrafts, of course, have carried this country for many number of years. And they've reached the end of life, and hence we needed a replacement.
The refleet program includes multiple new aircraft already delivered, with further arrivals planned over the next few years. Officials say the new planes are more efficient, easier to maintain, and better suited for PNG's growing travel needs. Milner says modern aircraft and stable operations will also help the airline remain financially sustainable while giving passengers good value. Air New Guinea says improving reliability now is critical to rebuilding public trust as the national carrier prepares for long-term growth. Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
Meanwhile, the new CEO, Alan Milner, says making air travel more affordable for Papua New Guineans will be a key priority as the airline works to improve efficiency and modernize its operations. Speaking during the announcement today, he acknowledged that ticket prices remain a major concern for families, businesses, and provincial travelers across the country. Milner says any fare adjustments will be carefully balanced with safety, service quality, and the airline's responsibility as the national carrier.
Exactly as the chairman said, the supply chain for the older aeroplanes has just stopped. Very, very difficult to find spare parts for older aeroplanes. So to have the opportunity for new aeroplanes, new parts available, gives us the best chance we've ever had to deliver the product we want. And you rightly touch on it, that we also need to make sure that we are doing that profitably. And I mean that by providing the people at PNG good value for their tickets. We're not here to make millions and millions of dollars at the expense of the people. We need to make sure that we fund ourselves, we provide dividends back to our shareholder, and we provide the service that the people of PNG really need.
And now the finance news. The Kina closed lower at 0.2331 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2256 US dollars, 0.3158 Australian dollars, 0.1818 euro, and Japanese 34.13 yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee and crude oil closed higher, cocoa and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories when we come back. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi, Pepsi, you like him? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi,
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Long year 2024, 7 baby i born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby is susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawe I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Narrow angle, doesn't matter. 1-0 Monaco. He can deliver another great morning. He has. Danny Olmo. They've got it in there. It's very good. Oh my goodness me. That is wonderful. Yama, the prince of European football. A royal finish.
Thanks for staying with us. National Voluntary Services held a swearing-in ceremony for 4 of its council members in Port Moresby today. These were council members who missed out on the commissioning last year after their appointment.
The council members were appointed to serve on the National Volunteer Service Board last year, but not all of them were present at the initial swearing-in ceremony. Thus, this meeting was organized. The swearing-in was officiated by Magistrate Sandy Tiankin. The 3 new members who took their oaths today included Jerry Ubase, Secretary for Community Development and Religion, John Akipe, Secretary for Department of Defense, and Chief Secretary Ambassador Ivan Pomaleu. Another appointed council member, Bernard Maladina, was not able to make it to the ceremony today and will be officiated at a later date. National Volunteer Services has been in existence for 35 years and has supported communities' efforts in areas such as education, health, agriculture, youth empowerment, community development, and many others. Chairman David Wissink described it as growing from strength to strength.
So this year we have a target of 900 volunteers. It's a very ambitious target that was set. Next year the target's even greater. It's 2,900 volunteers. And so as a council we need to do our best to work with the team to see how we can best place, 900 people this year, 2,900 people next year into roles that help strengthen the nation.
Wissink says NVS is looking forward to challenges and opportunities in placing those people. It is about addressing the youth bugs in the country. Engaging them in different roles is one way of finding them something meaningful to contribute to nation building.
A lot of youth out there with not a lot to do, so we need to help. This is one way to help finding them something to do, something meaningful to contribute to the building of our great nation.
After the formal commissioning, the council proceeded to the first meeting for 2026. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
190 Papua New Guineans graduated with certificates in aging care on Friday, the 13th of February, under the Employment and Education Consultancy Service. Joanne Pile with this report.
Families gathered to witness the first cohort of 190 students who completed the aging care training under EECSL. EECSL Director and Founder Francis Minji reflected on the program's humble beginnings. He said training often took place in open spaces without proper facilities, but continued through sacrifice and determination.
Train our young people, those who are unemployed youths. We have these disadvantaged groups, our widows, some of our mothers, they are like polygamy-driven mothers. The fathers, they go with new wives, and these mothers, they are struggling with so many kids. So I told them, this is the program.
Participants came from wide and diverse backgrounds, including widows, struggling mothers, unemployed youth, teachers, nurses, engineers, and Great Wolf livers, all united by a desire to support their families and build new futures. Minji said EECSL has forged participants with institutions in Australia for not just job placements but for further studies as well. He said all 190 will be deployed in batches once visas and travel documents are finalized. The graduates say caregiving is calling, a commitment to service that will strengthen Papua New Guinea's workforce at home and abroad. And as they prepare for deployment, many believe that caring for the elderly is one of the highest acts of service, bringing dignity and compassion to those who need it most.
Many of us have been searching for employment opportunities for so long, and it has not been easy. But through EECLS, we have been given hope, direction, and a real chance to build a better future. We would like to acknowledge the effort of commitment that ECSL has shown in helping us secure opportunity abroad. The opportunity is not only important for us individuals, but it is our family, our communities, and our country.
I'm an accounting student, but I always want to become a caregiver because I see most of our old people, they need help and care, support from you, young, strong youths like us. That's why I want to join the team. And also working in Australia is a big blessing for me, my family, and also our country.
Joanna Pile, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea culture has taken center stage in New York, with Bilum fiber artist Florence Jaukai Kamel leading the Amuni Women's Foundation to present the Niyana Kauri collection at New York Fashion Week on February the 14th at Gotham Hall in Manhattan.
The showcase marks a powerful personal milestone for Florence. 10 years ago, she attended United Nations Week in New York and presented Bilum using only her basic phone to document the moment. When asked how she felt, she responded, "I'll be back." A decade later, that promise has become reality, with Florence and her team showcasing Bilum-inspired designs on one of the world's most prestigious fashion runways. The collection, nurtured through the Goroka Bilum Festival, highlights the craftsmanship of women weavers, including those from Yabim communities. Florence thanked the PNG Embassy in the United States, the Vanuatu Mission, and Wantoks from New York and Washington, D.C. for their support, saying their presence made the team feel at home. She also praised the Amuni Women's Foundation team for believing in themselves and helping deliver Papua New Guinea products proudly to the world stage. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
In news overseas, New South Wales will get an extra long weekend this year. Normally, there's no public holiday when Anzac Day takes place on the weekend. Now there'll be another day off like in other states.
It's the most solemn of dates.
It is probably the most important national day that we have.
The Anzac Day public holiday is fixed to April 25th, but when that's on a weekend, there's been no extra day off in New South Wales until now.
New South Wales has fewer public holidays than other states.
With Anzac Day falling on Saturday this year, a public holiday will be held on Monday. Next year's commemorations will be on Sunday, and the public holiday the day after.
This is for 2 years. It's a trial to see how it goes.
The idea has already been given the nod by patrons at this RSL club in Rose Bay in Sydney's east.
Brilliant idea. I think the more public holidays there are, the better.
Who doesn't want to have an extra day off?
That definitely is fair for us to get another public holiday to align us with the other states.
There are mixed views on the creation of an extra public holiday among veterans. The RSL says it surveyed its members and found there was about an even split of those for and against the proposal.
The great concern was something would happen to the 25th. Nothing is going to happen to the 25th. The 25th will be the day all the commemorations will take place.
It's one of the reasons why we're holding this public holiday after Anzac Day has taken place, not the Friday before.
The Australian Retail Council says the sector is generally not supportive of additional public holidays, given the significant wage and operating cost pressures they place on businesses. The change means the state will have 12 public holidays this year, which is still fewer than South Australia's 15 and Victoria's 14. A broader review next year will examine whether more should be added to the New South Wales calendar.
Youth crime remains one of the top issues Queenslanders are talking about. Now a program in the state's southeast has been trying something slightly different to try and change outcomes. It has been taking on teenagers who've had contact with police and those at risk of falling through the cracks.
It's an ordinary school day in Logan, but this isn't an ordinary pickup.
Yeah. Where are you at? How much out of 5, man?
This morning probably like a 4.5.
4.5?
17-year-old Malachi Tawahiti struggled in mainstream school.
I would zone out, I would wag my classes.
Now, the Woodridge teenager is on his way to a specialised program to help kids at risk of falling through the cracks.
I decided that it would be better for me to transfer to like something alternate that would also help my future.
At the base of Mount Tambourine, south of Brisbane, Woodstock Farm is run by a former police officer, Ian Frame.
We're challenging young people to look in the mirror, find out what they're doing at the moment may not be the best trajectory for them in life, and working with them to find their better selves.
Here they learn hospitality skills, take part in equine therapy, physical activities like boxing, and other mentorship experiences.
Dom goes first because Dom remembers how to do the ropes.
Team building is a key pillar of the program. Connor Massey completed the program a couple of years ago after a spate of homelessness and car stealing.
We feel not wanted or not appreciated, and so much built up anger and frustration and I guess hurt.
A highway crash was the catalyst for him to enrol in the program.
It changed me a lot. It made me think about other people, helped me regulate my feelings and my anger.
He's now employed full-time building truck trays.
Like Connor, a staggering 87% of participants couldn't hold down a job before the program, but after completing the course, 60% found and held employment. Crucially, almost all students reported better anger management and resilience.
No cancer treatment, for example, is always going to be 100% effective. Similarly, no youth justice program will be 100% effective.
18 weeks on, Malachi and his fellow participants have graduated. They planted these trees earlier, a lasting reminder of their personal growth.
Trees grow, you know what I mean? So we all evolve, don't we?
And I got through it and I enjoyed it.
And confident there's a brighter future awaiting him.
The federal government has spent $30 billion building the Southern Hemisphere's only nuclear-powered submarine construction yard in Adelaide. The new site will be built over 75 hectares, will create thousands of jobs in the lead-up to construction starting on the first submarine later this decade.
Stepping up the cash and eyeing off plans for a multi-billion-dollar shipyard.
We do live in an uncertain world, but we can be certain of the economic benefit to the tune of $30 billion.
Arguably the most structurally significant contribution to our economy that we will ever see.
The federal funding, just under $4 billion of which will go towards an initial down payment, will be spent expanding the Osborne shipyard in Adelaide's northwest for the construction of nuclear-powered submarines under the AUKUS Defence Pact with the US and UK.
Assets that will defend Australia as the objective.
The total floor area of the new shipyard will be 10 times larger than the existing Osborne site, constructed from 126,000 tonnes of structural steel, the equivalent weight of 17 Eiffel Towers. Transforming this shipyard into one of the world's most advanced submarine construction sites doesn't come without its challenges. Among them, finding the more than 10,000 skilled workers needed to build the complex machinery. But both the government and industry have repeatedly insisted the workforce will be ready in time, with construction already underway on a new training academy.
There will be 1,000 apprentices graduating every year from the Skills and Training Centre here.
Local defence companies are also hoping to play a role.
We need the certainty around decisions involving the contracting of local companies into the supply chain.
Ahead of the first nuclear-powered submarine rolling off the production line in the 2040s.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, PNG Billum squad named and PNG players head to Fiji in historic Suva FC deal.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Your weekend catch-up just got better. Relieve the power and passion of the Harris Season 2.
So you come look Sinababumia.
Fall in love all over again with Dolce Amor. And don't miss the thrilling twists of Brothers Chapter 5. Stop this bickering! 3 hit Filipino dramas waiting for you this February on TVWAN Plus. Your home for the best stories all weekend long.
We've reached an agreement. We'll be having a get-together at Hotel 88.
Wala na nagkasakit ang nanay mo, naiba ka. Ikaw yung gusto kong makasama sa mga araw na ganito.
Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Abot ako hanggang dulo. Pakiramdam ko, meron na akong pamilya.
Welcome back. The PNG women's football team have named a 23-member squad for the FIFA Women's World Cup Oceania qualifiers. The team was named following an intensive month-long national training camp at the PNG FA Academy in 11 Mile Lay.
The national women's football team, officially known as the PNG Billoons, have prepped their team ahead of departure for the OFC Women's World Cup qualifiers in Fiji. After weeks of high-performance preparation among a 40-member provisional squad, the final selection reflects a strong balance of experienced campaigners and emerging young talent. Established national standouts include Ramona Padio, Mari Kaipu, Yvonne Gabong, and Megan Gunemba will anchor the squad with leadership and experience. Head coach Erickson Komeng and his technical staff have overseen the month-long preparation program, focusing on fitness, tactical structure, and mental resilience ahead of the regional tournament. The team will depart for Fiji on February 23rd, with competition to commence from February 27th to the 7th of March 2026. PNG has been drawn in Pool B alongside Vanuatu, host nation Fiji, and New Caledonia. The PNG Billoons will play their tournament opener on February 27th against Vanuatu before taking on host Fiji on March 2nd, followed by New Caledonia on the final match day on March 5th. The Eric Komeng coach side will be aiming to finish in the top 2 in their group to earn a placing in the finals round in New Zealand in April. Susan Oriape, TVWAN Sports.
Former Solomon Islands international defender and Keleiruna FC head coach David Taro recently struck up a train and trial deal with the Suva FC in Fiji to bring 2 PNG players across for the 2026 season. Ricky Alex of Murat NCD FC and Yamo Manu from the Gulf Comara. This is the first time the Fiji Premier Club is scouting players from PNG.
Breaking news from the Port Moresby Soccer Association this week with the announcement of 2 PNG players heading to Fiji to join Premier Club Suva FC. The main man behind this is former Solomon Islands international defender and current head coach of the Keleiruna FC, David Taro.
These 2 boys, Ricky and Manu, Yamo Manu. Ricky is confirmed to go. Yamo only, I still yet to confirm with the Gulf Comara before he's gonna go with Ricky. But they already registered in Suva, under Suva Football Club. Yeah, it's very exciting to expose and help these young, talented players in Papua New Guinea. And it's gonna be a history that 2 PNG players will go and join Suva.
He explained that the initial arrangement is for the boys to join Suva FC in a train and trial arrangement, and if the club is satisfied, they will then offer them permanent contract for the full season.
2 boys are new in the club. They will give them like a trial. The club will monitor them in Suva while they are playing. If the club is satisfied, and they will give him their permanent contract for the season. But on their staying there, the club will look after them with their accommodation, their food, and their training allowances, and also their game allowances.
Taro thanked the respective PNG clubs for supporting this initiative. David expressed he's hopeful that this new pathway will open opportunities for other players in POM SA and PNG Premier League. David expressed he's hopeful that this new pathway will open opportunities for other players in the POM SA and PNG Premier League.
This pathway is basically it's for exposing the local players in the PMSA and PSL. That Fiji football is slightly different. They're more into it's very physical in their football style. So I think it's best for the 2 players to go and experience the physicalities of the game in Fiji.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Meantime, young soccer prodigy with Murat NCDFC is excited and anticipates a good learning experience with the Fiji Premier Club. Ricky Alex from Inland Rigo in the Central Province is grabbing the opportunity with both hands.
Ricky Alex is a product of the Murat Club coming through the junior division. He is developing into a quality player and one of the most consistent strikers in the Port Moresby Soccer Association Premier Competition, having taken Murat NCD FC to its maiden grand final appearance in 2025. The news of Suva FC signing young Alex for a year in a train and trial was emotional for the striker. He expressed how he's grabbed the opportunity with both hands, immensely grateful for the support from his family and those who believed in his potential.
Yes, I'm big achievement do mina family. All family ulama mas. Ko solo kimi mino give up lo football career lo mi. Me still maintaining no huge come. All watching me come finish him game lo mi lo premier na ba mi go sem. All family lo mi ulama mas straight. Side lo go second lo central. I'm ba first time lo inland side. I'm first time me ba go play lo overseas like Fiji. That's me okay.
The young lad from Inland Rigo in Central Province began playing in the Murat Under-19 youth competition and worked his way into the ranks of Port Moresby Soccer Association POM SA competition. It was all hard work dedication, commitment, and strong discipline. Today, he is one of the most consistent strikers in the city competition. Last year, he helped his team Murat NCDFC to its maiden grand final in 40 years. It was historic for the club.
I'm last play a game to me with Murat. All this time, Mr. Ponte will look out to me. Come. Now, I think I'm the last game to the afternoon, 1 o'clock. And then after that, I'm talk about football family, which is so stable here. PMSA, Murat NGD family. Murat MM 40 years. All been trying best to come to Premier, but only make him since me play come inside me play Kisimol come to Premier, which is me I'm a master satu. As me player, me film. I want to inspiring way. One play team where I've been trying best and give up the management until me play players, me play bringing come to Premier.
He said the opportunity to train and trial with Sova FC is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He gets to showcase his talent at that level of football.
So I'm really proud because this will be my first time to travel out like this type of overseas games and joining the new club and meeting my new friends and doing my new family there as a football team. I'm really happy because I'm getting this opportunity and it's a must that I'll write my new story in football because it will be my first time going through this opportunity.
Ricky Alex leaves for Fiji next Tuesday. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The 2026 Indigenous All-Stars Clash ended in a dramatic draw, marking only the second stalemate in the fixture's history after the 2021 edition. As defending champions, the Maori All-Stars retained the trophy following a 16-all deadlock against the Indigenous All-Stars. The match went down to the wire with Cronulla 5'8" Braden Trindall steering the Indigenous side around the park and playing a crucial role in the closing stages. Trindall appeared to have set up a match-winning moment in the final 10 minutes when he put Jaden Campbell over the line, but the opportunity ultimately did not seal victory. Here are the highlights.
And the NRL All-Stars for 2026 begins. And it's the Indigenous side who will start things off. Jack Mitchell, driven back by this fierce Maori defence. Here comes open side, Fisher Harris in the 13 jersey. Nico Cook's down to Laban. And the Maori side are over. Short pass almost. Well, it does do the trick. And going down the middle is Blake Steep. And the Indigenous... Trindall. Bit of room for Trindall. And inside by Watson. Angle. Trindall gets on the outside of his man. Beautiful ball movement. 1-1 O'Carr. Slips, gets up, scores. Now the little kick here, more sideways. It finds one. Teddy Zelezniak, who bounces. And now a little plunge over from dummy half. It looks like a try. Davis on the line. He's running Trindall and he's away. Now he puts in the chin kick and he got contacted. And an unbelievable take. Jaden Campbell might have just won the game for the Indigenous.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby, cloudy periods with few rain showers. Alotau, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Lake, cloudy periods, then few showers. Wewak and Vanimo, mostly cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, cloudy periods with few rain showers. Kimbe, rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Gorka, Kundiawa, Bans, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, seas rough with west to northwest winds of 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth with northwest to northerly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slight to moderate with west to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea smooth with northeast to southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Island, Kerama Yule Island, Hood Point to Samar Island. Seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Finchefan through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Island to Medang, and waters of Medang to Wewak, Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends TV1 News. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by